Get ready. The cosmos this weekend is stirring up an uneasy blend of anticipation and revision. September 5th sparks enthusiasm and initiative as the moon in Aquarius harmonizes with Mars in Libra, a day that says move forward, act on what matters. But beneath that forward motion, there's a current of tension, because Uranus slows to a halt and stations retrograde in Gemini on September 6th. Suddenly, the outer push turns inward, like a river reversing its flow, pulling us into reflection, revision, and a different kind of momentum, slower, more internal, but no less powerful. With the moon entering Pisces, emotions grow softer, dreamier, and more imaginative, even as our nerves buzz like lightning under the skin. Stay with me, because in these shifting skies, your body, your mind, your relationships, your very energy field will speak to you in symbols and sensations. And later, I'll share how this energy whispers differently to each zodiac sign. Physically, these days can feel unsettled, as though the body itself is bracing for an unseen change. On the 5th, sleep may splinter into fragments, dreams vivid and strange, visions carrying cryptic messages, as if your subconscious is scribbling notes in the dark. You wake with the sense of having traveled somewhere, though the details dissolve like smoke. By the 6th, that restlessness seeps into waking hours. Nerves tingling, breath shallow, every inhale and exhale like the air before a storm. It's the body speaking in whispers of electricity, urging you to ground yourself. Together, the story is one of agitation morphing into heightened sensitivity, calling you to steady your roots through slow breath, gentle movement, and stillness that feels sacred. The mental landscape mirrors the sky's tension. On the 5th, thoughts spiral into endless what-ifs, chasing possibilities like birds darting through shifting winds. The mind leaps ahead, projecting futures not yet born. Then, as Uranus stations retrograde on the 6th, those restless loops change shape. Suddenly, it's the past that won't let go. Conversations replay, words echo, memories feel alive, as if you're flipping back through a book you thought you'd finished. The Pisces moon lays a dream veil over it all, blurring edges of thought, tugging you into imagination. Daydreams, fantasies, visions. It's soothing and disorienting all at once. These days weave the mind into a restless tapestry, one that only finds peace when its threads are channeled into creation. Journaling, art, meditation, or allowing the imagination to drift where it pleases. And remember, what your mind wrestles with now isn't punishment. It's guidance, pointing to the truths you'll need to uncover in the weeks ahead. Connections with others shimmer and shift like smoke over water. On the 5th, miscommunications are likely. Signals cross, words blur, and you're left questioning what someone truly meant. It feels like standing in static, trying to catch a clear frequency. Then, on the 6th, Uranus retrograde stirs the pot in a new way. People from your past may reappear, old conversations find their way back to you, or unexpected messages land in your hands like letters from fate. The moon in Pisces bathes these encounters in nostalgia, tinting them with longing, tenderness, or bittersweet reflection. Woven together, the story is this. Confusion isn't chaos, it's an invitation, an opening to revisit the past, to mend or release, to bring clarity where once there was haze. Approach gently, listen deeply. Notice who appears at your threshold. It is likely no accident. Energy shifts like tides in these 2 days. On the 5th, the Moon-Mars trine stirs bursts of vitality, sparks that ignite movement. You feel compelled to leap, to act, to make something real. Yet this charge flickers unevenly, like gusts of wind rattling through open windows. One moment alive, the next uneasy, as if you're waiting for lightning that never quite strikes. Then, as Uranus turns retrograde on the 6th, the current flows inward. Energy becomes less physical, more mental, and the mind tires easily, weighed down by thought. The Pisces moon cloaks your drive in a dream fog, making you want to float rather than push. Together, these days reveal the truth. Energy is not a straight line, but a wave. Sometimes jagged, sometimes misted, always teaching you to trust the rhythm rather than force the outcome. The heart writes its own story across this threshold. On the 5th, emotions are restless, edgy, like standing at the edge of a storm you can feel but not see. There's a nervous hum beneath the chest, a sense that something is about to break open. On the 6th, that unease softens into reflection. Nostalgia rises. Old feelings surface like seashells revealed by the tide. There is still nervousness, yes, but Pisces lends a dreamlike tenderness. The edge blurs, and what once felt jagged now glimmers with bittersweet beauty. The emotional arc is one of storm clouds giving way to mist. Uneasy, unsettled, but also strangely enchanting. You are reminded that feelings don't always need fixing. Sometimes they simply need space to ebb and flow like tides under the moon. September 5th and 6th weave a story of anticipation giving way to introspection, of restless electricity folding into reflective drift. These days are not easy, but they are potent, inviting you to listen to your body, still your mind, and open your heart to the currents that surface. The stars whisper that forward motion sometimes comes from stillness, and clarity often arrives wrapped in confusion. And the next chapter, the zodiac guidance, may hold the key you didn't know you needed. Listen closely, because your sign's message could be the map that steadies your steps. Aries. You ignite quickly, Aries. The Aquarius moon trine Mars sets fire in your spirit, urging bold steps forward. But as Uranus turns retrograde, the spark flickers inward. You may feel like the words on your tongue grow heavy, your voice caught between what you want to say and what's wise to hold back. Old conversations echo, urging you to refine how you share your truth. The Pisces moon softens the edges, wrapping you in compassion. Trust that your fire doesn't dim in the pause. It gathers strength in the quiet glow. Taurus. For you, Taurus, the weekend feels like standing on shifting ground. The Aquarius moon illuminates ambition, pushing you toward recognition or a leap in your career. Yet Uranus retrograde pulls you into the deeper chambers of security, your money, your resources, the soil you root yourself in. Old financial patterns or past attachments may resurface, showing you what is no longer fertile. The Pisces moon bathes you in imagination, inviting you to dream softly of the future you crave. Let compassion, not pressure, shape your next steps. Gemini. This is your threshold, Gemini. The Aquarius moon empowers you to step boldly into conversations, collaborations, or even public spaces, but Uranus retrograde in your sign halts the outer motion. Suddenly, the mirror turns inward. Who am I becoming? Do my words reflect my essence? Identity feels like shifting glass. The Pisces moon drapes a dreamlike mist over your path, asking you to imagine yourself anew. This isn't collapse. It's chrysalis. You're not breaking. You're reshaping. Cancer. Your tides run deep, Cancer. The Aquarius moon urges you into the unseen. Intimacy, shared resources, the hidden currents beneath relationships. But Uranus retrograde calls you even further inward, into the caverns of the soul, stirring old wounds or secrets you've tried to bury. Memories may resurface, tender yet insistent. As the moon drifts into Pisces, those waters soften. Grief, nostalgia, longing all blur into a cleansing stream. This isn't weakness, it's sacred unraveling. Let yourself weep. Let yourself remember. Clarity will rise with the tide. Leo. Your roar carries far under the Aquarius moon. Leo, friendships, networks, and alliances light up with potential. Yet Uranus retrograde turns the lens toward your long-term vision. Do you still want what you once pursued? Do the people around you still walk the same path? Old companions may return, and goals you thought you'd outgrown may whisper again. The Pisces moon casts it all in dreamlight, urging you to listen not to applause, but to your heart's quiet pull. This is not about shining louder, it's about shining true. Virgo. The Aquarius moon stirs your sense of duty, Virgo. You may feel energized to tackle work, refine systems, bring order. Yet Uranus retrograde rattles your career path, slowing progress, making you wonder if the ladder you're climbing leans against the right wall. Frustration simmers, but the Pisces moon invites you into softer terrain. Partnership, connection, tenderness. Your relationships become a mirror, showing you that alignment is not just about precision, but about harmony. Trust that the slowdown is not a setback, but a sacred redirection. Libra. You glow with confidence as the Aquarius moon lights your creative spark. Libra. Romance, joy, and self-expression feel alive. But Uranus retrograde slows the current in your beliefs and visions. Old philosophies resurface, and long-abandoned plans ask for reconsideration. It may feel like the universe is tugging your sleeve, asking, "Do you still believe in this?" The Pisces moon draws your focus into daily rituals and care for your body and soul. Balance is not lost. It's being rewritten, like a new rhythm on ancient sheet music. Scorpio. Intensity runs through your veins these days, Scorpio. The Aquarius moon draws your focus to home and roots, family, sanctuary, the places where you're most raw. But Uranus retrograde stirs the deeper underworld, shared finances, intimacy, the shadows of commitments. Old agreements or patterns may crawl back into view, demanding reckoning. The Pisces moon offers relief, a doorway into creativity, art, music, passion. This is alchemy. The unsettled ground is also the soil from which your transformation blooms. Sagittarius. Conversations spark under the Aquarius moon. Sagittarius, your partnerships, collaborations, and close ties hum with energy. Yet Uranus retrograde pulls your focus toward the smaller gears, daily routines, habits, the way your hours shape your life. Old dynamics with partners may resurface, tugging you to adjust. The Pisces moon calls you home to literal home, or the inner hearth. Rest becomes your medicine, silence your teacher. Sometimes, the greatest adventure is the sanctuary you build within your own walls. Capricorn. The Aquarius moon sharpens your sense of productivity. Capricorn, tasks, projects, and responsibilities feel charged with momentum. But Uranus retrograde unsettles the ground of your health, creativity, and habits, asking you to pause and review what truly sustains you. Nervous energy may spike, but the Pisces moon softens the edges, pulling you into imagination and compassion. Productivity is not just efficiency, it is alignment with your spirit. Let inspiration, not pressure, guide your steps now. Aquarius. With the moon in your sign, Aquarius, the spotlight feels warm. You're charged, alive, ready to move something forward. Yet Uranus retrograde shakes the foundation of your joy. Love, creativity, play. Old desires, past romances, unfinished art may rise, asking, "Do you still want this? Does it still light you up?" The Pisces moon answers gently, drawing your gaze inward toward self-worth and value. Joy doesn't have to roar. It can shimmer quietly, deeply, authentically. This is the joy you're being asked to reclaim. Pisces. The Aquarius moon whispers from behind the veil. Pisces. Dreams, visions, hidden messages rise to the surface. Rest may be restless, your subconscious busy with secrets. Then Uranus retrograde draws focus to your home, your foundations, your sense of belonging, rattling old patterns within family or the places you've rooted yourself. Nostalgia pulls you back, sometimes painfully, sometimes sweetly. But as the moon enters your sign, you return to your own ocean. You become both the tide and the shore, remembering that your softness is not a weakness. It's the anchor that carries you through. Together, these storylines reveal one truth. September 5th sparks restless anticipation, while September 6th slows the current, turns it inward, and softens it in Piscean dream. Each sign is being asked not only to act, but to pause, to reflect, to imagine, to trust the hidden rhythm. I trust the pause. I breathe into change. The unseen guides me forward. Let this mantra carry you through storm and stillness alike, reminding you that both are necessary for transformation. If you're still with me, I want to thank you for listening. Your time and energy matter. I'm grateful you chose to spend these minutes with me. And if this resonated, subscribe and share it with your cosmic crew. Until next time, take care and keep moving with the stars.